Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Uplift with Ashley. This is my long-awaited second video. I will get round to doing yoga and meditation videos soon, but in the meantime I wanted to do a little bit more of a background about being in the present moment. So when I talk about meditation, it is all about being in the present moment, so that you can manifest exactly what you want. It's to focus on your conscious thoughts. We spend our whole day going through our day, thinking about 100 million things every second of every day, not even being conscious that all of those thoughts have an effect on our future or our present. So conscious thought in the present moment is so important. So before we go into that, like, share and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Leave me a comment and I will endeavour to get back to you as well. So in my last video you would have noticed that I was sitting in front of my husband's plywood. He has actually removed it. We now have the brick wall back, sparkly lights from New Year's. I've also got two guitars that I'm sitting in front of. So if anybody does like woodwork, we'll do a little plug for him. If you like woodwork, he started making guitars, now he's making all sorts of things. So check out his channel, Captain of My Shed. There we go, he'll be pleased with a little plug. Okay, so where should we begin? We are currently headed into some sort of raising consciousness. Things are becoming clearer for lots of us. Some people say the veil is lifting, there's an awakening happening, and more people are looking down the quantum physics route, so more into energy compared to just matter. So we're not just here in a physical body, in this 3D, some people call it meat suit. We're talking energy and we're talking quantum physics. A Nobel Prize winner from, I think, 1918, Max Planck, I quite like a quote that he said, so I'm going to read that to you. He said, "As a man who has devoted his whole life to the most clear-headed science, to the study of matter, I can tell you, as a result of my research about the atoms, this much. There is no matter as such. All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force which brings the particles of an atom to vibration and holds this most minute solar system of the atom together. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. The mind is the matrix of all matter." The human body has an auric field which emits energy from the heart outwards into the auric field, which gives and receives energy from other humans. Which is why it's so important to be in contact with other humans, because that's the energy exchange. We thrive off exchanging energy with each other. When I start my yoga classes, and throughout really, we talk about energy following thought. So if we consider that our emotions are all part of a basic vibratory system which transmit frequencies and vibrations from our body, like a radio antennae. And we know when we listen to the radio, we tune into different frequencies. You can't see the radio waves, but you know they're there because you tune into different frequencies. So depending on which frequency you're tuning into, depending on what you like. So same thing applies with all of us. We can also consider when we walk into a room, you know if there's been maybe a crossword, maybe somebody's arguing, you just know that the energy feels weird. You don't even know what was said, but you can feel it. And we all have this perception within us. So when I talk about raising your frequency, different frequencies depict different levels of consciousness. The universe is always here to support us, and it has the ability to pick up on how we're feeling every moment of every day. And this feeling is the only way that the universe can tell what we're asking for. So if you're going through your day unconsciously thinking about all sorts of things that you don't necessarily want to manifest, they're just in your conscious, adverts, scrolling through Facebook, news, all of those kind of things that you don't necessarily want to consume, but you are by default because you're walking through it, that is what the universe will then match, because it thinks that's what you want. It cannot determine whether you want it or not. It just knows that you're thinking about it. A little bit like the frequency or the radio station that you have tuned into. You've tuned into that frequency, and that is what you will get back. Check in with your thoughts, check in with what's going on in your head, and try and change those to the most positive outcome that you can. So the energetic field that surrounds you, some people call it the 0 point field that then emits out, is always assessing your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and will manifest the things that want to match your thoughts. So you will manifest people, places, emotions that will support your primary emotional state that you are vibrating out. So if you're primarily positive in thought, lots of people talk about positive mental attitude. This is what it's all talking about. So positive mental attitude, thinking as positively as you possibly can, and that is what you will attract. Whereas the opposite is true. So if you're constantly pessimistic and thinking about all the things that you don't want, the universe can't distinguish between don't. So it will give you what you are thinking about. Not necessarily whether you want it or not, but you're putting energy into it and you will get the energy back. If that's the basics of your thought and the power of your thought, the power of your mind, it's so important to take that time to tune into what you're thinking about. If it's often fear, anger, worry, stress, try and change it. Think about all the things that lift your spirits, all the things that you love. So if we know that's what we do, how do we do it? It sounds simple. It's not always quite as simple as that. This is where meditation comes into play. The word meditation often scares some people off because they think they've got to find a beautiful surrounding, a very comfortable rock to sit on, look as glamorous as possible, and be as quiet as possible. That is not true. You can meditate anywhere, absolutely anywhere. So it's just being conscious of your thoughts. You can meditate while you're cooking. You can meditate while you're doing anything creative. It's a really great time to do it, actually. You can do it while you're going for a walk. You can meditate, anywhere. Pick a nice spot. Go and sit down. It's just being conscious of your thoughts. That's all it is. You can take things a lot further, and there's loads of progressions with meditation, obviously. But when you start, don't think that you've got to prepare yourself in order to meditate. It doesn't have to. You can do it while you're cooking the kids' tea. As long as you can ignore them for a little bit of time, then you can meditate. Spending time in meditation is hugely beneficial because you can start to reprogram yourself to check in with your thoughts as much as possible and get as much positive energy back to you as you can. So what you put out is what you get in. Energy follows thought. Your most dominant thoughts, emotions, imaginations are what can materialize. So if you want the best possible start to 2022, then we need to check in with those thoughts. Things that lower your vibration would be fear, anger, worry, anxiety, hate. Lower vibrational foods could include all the processed stuff. Raising vibration also improves your immune system. Really simple, lovely things that most people love doing anyway. So laughter. Go out into nature and spend time with family, spend time with pets, anything that really warms your heart. Being creative, go painting, whatever you love doing, cooking, exercise, and this is where meditation and yoga come in as well. This can all raise your vibration, raise your frequency, tune into a different frequency this year and see where the magic takes you. that's it for me, and I will see you soon. Bye.